Overpopulation. Overpopulation. The Earth is getting overpopulated. Let's run away to Mars and colonize out there, or build a huge Noah-like spaceship ark and live on there. Ha ha. This is yours truly, man. Let's talk about the Earth getting overpopulated. Let's go. What up, YouTube? What's good to all my subscribers? 76 of y'all out there now. Love all of you. Thank you for the subscription. It's you know, we're going into April month. Shit is gonna get really exciting. And yo, let's talk about really fast, really quickly, man. Logically, let's talk about all this talk about the Earth being overpopulated. Nonsense. The biggest, and I don't see how, like, you know, we're so programmed nowadays that, you know, we don't think on our own. I got my eye-opening shades on. I forgot. Let's open some eyes, man. Let's talk about it logically. Really quickly. I won't take a lot of your time. You know, this is a spiritual channel, but you know, there's no propagandas here. There's no esoteric, crazy, satanic, crazy stuff. Let's just talk about the real facts, man. The truth, because that's what we do on here. So yeah, the talk has been for as long as I can remember, you know, Earth is overpopulating. The population is gonna double in another 10 years, double. So they're basically saying that right now we're at 7 billion. Bullshit. But let's stay with the statistics, and let's say it's 7 billion. So they're saying that in another 10 to 20 years, the population is gonna double, which is gonna bring us to 14 billion people. They say that, especially the Illuminati, they say that the ideal world population should be at around 4 billion for there not to be any world poverty. Again, bullshit. Excuse me, I'm just gonna look into my notes real quick. Yeah, so they're saying that basically the population should be around 4 billion. That way there won't be no world poverty. And the fact that we're having so much world poverty in all these poor countries, because we hit 7 billion and over 7 billion. So, you know, there's so many people starving. It's going to get worse and worse. Blah, 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 blah. Let's just look at it from a simple way. Again, I don't believe we're at 7 billion. I believe this is bullshit. And it's easy to think why. Let's look at the biggest countries in the world. What do we have? The biggest, Russia, then Canada, then US, then China, then, if I'm not mistaken, Australia, Brazil, India, right? And then Kazakhstan. Let's just stay with those countries. Let's start with the United States of America. The population in the United States of America is over 300 million. I believe right now it's at 320 something, whatever. Now, this is what they have done. They basically packed us into these gas chamber cities, like New York, my beloved New York, my city, where the population is over 8 million. Now, you don't got to be a rocket scientist to, again, logically think about this. If you look at coastal United States, cities are packed. But if you drive towards central US, like I have myself, then you will notice for some reason that for hours upon hours and even days, you will be driving with nothing around. Empty. Empty. Look at the biggest state, Alaska. Empty. Second biggest state, Texas. Yes, cities such as Houston and Dallas might be packed, and even not to that extreme, but okay, packed. But the rest of the state is empty. You go to North and South Dakota, they're empty. Fourth biggest state is what? Montana? Fourth biggest state. The population of the entire state is over 1 million. Empty. The second biggest country in the world, I'm gonna hop around a little bit, but it's very simple. Just check this yourself. The population of Canada, the second biggest country in the world, is over 30 million. It's like 36 million. And just to give you an idea, Ukraine, where I was born and raised, is the size of Texas. The population out there right now is 45 million. When I was leaving, it was 54, but 45 million. Size of Texas. Canada, the second biggest country in the world. 36 million people. What does that tell you? The country is mostly empty. That's why when you drive through Canada, you will see nothing but trees, forests, because it is empty. Again, okay, 7 billion is cool, but let's hop over to the biggest country in the world, Moscow. If I'm not mistaken, the population is like over 11 million. And yet, a lot of the biggest cities in Russia are packed with people. Strategically packed with people. So we pollute the place we inhabit and slowly choke to death with all these cancers and shit like that. The rest of I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you the population of Russia. Russia is like 2 United States as far as land. Population in the US, 320 something million. The population of Russia is 144 million. What does that tell you? Russia is empty. You could drive forever and see nothing around you. Empty. Where are we at? We got Russia empty, Canada empty, US empty. What do we have? China. Okay, China. The most populated country in the world, right? And now India is slowly catching up to China. China, 4th largest country, right? 4th. Beijing, Hong Kong, what else is there? Shanghai, cities like that, packed. And even in the most populated country in the world, you can drive to rural areas, you can drive to country, and you will see a lot of empty. A lot, trust me. What do we have next? What do we got next? Australia. This is a funny one. Again, what is this? The 5th largest country and continent in the world, right? Australia, I think the population is like 20 something million. What does that tell you? Australian outback is empty. Don't even start talking about all this. Well, a lot of the land is incapable of sustaining life and all of it. Yo, my man, or Mike, or whatever, all of y'all out there, we're talking about colonizing Mars. And yet we don't look at these simple facts. Australia, empty. empty. People are packed in huge cities. The rest is empty. Next, what do we have after Australia? Brasilia. Brasilia is pretty populated for its size, sure, but trust me, you will drive forever and see nothing. Empty. Empty. Brazil, right? What's next? Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan, what is it? 7th or 8th largest country. The population is like 16 million. Again, Astana, Almaty, packed cities. The rest of the country is empty. Empty, man. Empty. Africa, the second biggest continent, man. Most of the continent empty. We can't even say now that, wild animals and all of this stuff. We can't, because we killed off most of them, man. Endangered species are out there, man. Empty. How do we not see this logically, simply, clearly? How do we not notice that? Am I the only one that noticed that? Again, civilized is uncivilized. They packed us into these cities, man. Our ancestors knew, I keep repeating this, that in order to sustain life and for our mother planet to flourish, to thrive, you can't have one city or one town with more than, or one community with more than 10,000 people in the same place. They knew this. Because what happens otherwise? We're pigs. We're gonna pollute, we're gonna throw shit. Everything's gonna get dirty. It's bad for your spirit, it's bad for you mentally. Just think about in New York. 1 out of 3 people in New York is legal psychopaths, man. 1 out of 6 people got herpes, man. This is why the ancients knew. All this civilized talk. Civilized is uncivilized, man. 10,000 people, no more. Our ancestors told us, man. They left us the manual. They knew this. In ancient Slavic books, they talk about Hyperborea. And in modern history, or what, not even in modern history, but in modern books where you'll be able to find this is in Greek mythology. This was not a myth. But anyway, my ancestors, I trust my ancestors as you should yours. Not the, today's historians, so-called historians with their bullshit ass information, but our ancestors, man. And again, from the Hopi Indians to the Slavs, to the Aborigines, man, they all left us a manual. They talked about a time where Earth was into 27 billion. You might not believe this, whatever. I trust my ancestors. But again, it's not that hard to look at. Look at all these countries. Empty. Trust me, man. If you're in the States, if you don't believe me, just drive out. If you're in New York, go upstate. You will see nothing for miles and miles. Central US, nothing. Most of these states, nothing. Only coastal areas, man, that are so heavily populated. The 2 most overpopulated states, California and Jersey. Again, all these dirty ass cities, man. I love all of y'all. I love my cities. I'm a city dude, but it's not good for us. It's not healthy. It's killing us. And then they put this in our head that we're overpopulated, that soon we're gonna have to start eating each other, or let's colonize on Mars. Yeah, let's destroy this planet for no good reason, and then let's go to Mars. That makes sense when most of the land is unpopulated. If we can make rockets to go to Mars, we can make that land work. In Russia right now, they're even handing out land. Acre a person, man. Take. That's how much land is out there, man. They're giving out free land as long as you take it and take care of it, man. Free land. But nah, we kill the forests, we slaughter poor animals, man, and then we say we're overpopulated, we're super good at nothing to eat. Yo! Listen, man, this was simple facts. It's proved to me that you're like, think about this shit, man. Seriously, stop being dumbed down. I love all of y'all. One.